I recently saw One Night Only, better known as The Urge Online, and despite what Rotten Tomatoes may say, I enjoyed the movie. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I mentioned Rotten Tomatoes because I actually placed a bet on Kalshi where I thought this film would hit above 60. It's nowhere near that. I think it's currently at 44, so I'm going to lose the bet. But no big deal. I just had to take a second mortgage on the house. I found the loan shark, seemed like a nice guy, said he'd only break one of my legs if I can't pay. But I can probably pay back the principal after what, 3,000 videos. So make sure to like and subscribe. But in all seriousness, I think I liked One Night Only because, first of all, it's a very creative idea. If you're unfamiliar, the film takes place in a universe where premarital relations are completely illegal except for 12 hours, one night a year, hence the film's title. And considering that rom coms are almost like an ageless genre, I appreciate the novel idea. Also, it stars Monica Barbaro and Callum Turner, and I thought that they had a great chemistry going into the film. They were very funny together, and it seemed they really had sparks, in the air flying. So I believed it. I thought they were very good together. I hope they maybe do another project in the future. I also think I maybe like this more than the average moviegoer for two reasons. One, I think I typically have a stronger susceptibility to rom coms, and two, I really like that it takes place in a short amount of time and in 24 hours maximum. Because some of my favorite movies are like 24 hours. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Breakfast Club, Superbad. They all take place in one day. Because with that, they're then forced to compact so much action and comedy into very small time breaks, so it seems even more unbelievable, and it kind of adds, in my opinion, to the comedy aspect. So I just like movies that kind of take place in 24 hours, and you also get to like track the character development much more quickly, so it's just easier to follow. So again, I liked it. And then also the film did something well where you don't start off with Monica Barbaro and Callum Turner dating in the beginning and then maybe they break up and they date at the end. Instead, they're almost like, I wouldn't say they're friends because they just meet each other that one night, but at least they're together, and they're not together in a romantic way. Their lives kind of get just entangled, but they stick with each other throughout the night. And throughout the night, they're actually trying to meet other partners. So it's not like Callum Turner is yearning for Monica Barbaro and vice versa. Instead, they're kind of helping each other find other people. They're being wingmen for each other. And then the connection between them builds up slowly. So it feels like Goldilocks, where Callum Turner and Monica Barbaro try one soup, it's too hot, try another soup, it's too cold. And then they find each other and it's just right. So I like that they're, together, and they don't start off, as a romantic couple. And because then there's just no development. Instead, they start off not together. They learn that they like each other, maybe as friends. Then they get more than that, and boom, they become a couple. So I also liked, where we meet them in the beginning and where we end off with them. I thought that was good. Um, Beyond that, I don't want to go scene by scene because you should enjoy it for yourself. But those are the big pros I had of the movie. And just from a standard standpoint of enjoyment, I know that it's completely subjective, but I enjoyed the film. There were, funny side characters that I laughed at. There were a lot of like funny escapades and just, ridiculous situations that the characters are put into. I'd say it's much more comedy than romance, which I have no problem with. Again, this is the director, William Gluck, I believe is his name. He brought us Anyone But You and Easy A. I never saw Easy A. I did see Anyone But You. Anyone But You is better, but it's a very similar vibe in terms of rom com level. So very similar. This isn't like a 10 Things I Hate About You. So I like the movie. I do have some criticism. My first criticism is I mentioned that they live in this world where premarital sex is essentially illegal. So obviously this seems like a very controlling, domineering world. It's fascistic. My issue is they focus a lot on the fascism aspect. And what I mean by that is they sometimes like reference the state of the government. They reference, protests. Like I'm fine living in this world that is, adopting fascism, but I don't want to keep on hearing about the people fighting against it or people, saying, how do we get to this state of mind? Like, I don't want to hear about that in a rom com. I just want to deal with like the characters that are in front of me. I don't want like these political undertones to be in the film. So that was one thing I didn't like. And the second thing I didn't like is what I titled performative hopelessness. And performative hopelessness is, we've all seen it if you've ever seen a rom com. It's where the couple is going along so well, and then at most 30 minutes right before the end, something terrible happens. Maybe the girl finds out that the guy's been lying to her, or the guy finds out the girl's been using him, and they break up, and it seems irreconcilable, whatever the disagreement may be, and that they're never going to get together again. I call that performative hopelessness. It seems hopeless, but it's completely performative. It has to have a happy ending. And the performative hopeless scene in this film simply was not convincing. It was that Callum Turner, he wants to go back to his girlfriend. I forgot to mention he has a girlfriend, but why isn't he with his girlfriend? He's not with his girlfriend because his girlfriend wanted to use her hall pass, not with him, but on another guy. And in this universe, a hall pass, if you think about it, it's like 100 times more valuable than a hall pass in our universe. So you would think, why would Callum Turner even want to be with her? But the performative hopeless scene is Callum Turner's girlfriend calls him, and Callum Turner is like, "What should I do?" Monica Barboro's like, "Oh, I don't know." Callum Turner chooses to go to his girlfriend, leaving Monica Barbaro alone. And it seems like, oh, that's it. Callum chose his girlfriend. Monica is left alone. It's over. And of course, obviously, you understand the hopeless scene where it seems like it was just, a fling that never materialized. To me, this isn't realistic because why would Callum Turner's character ever go back to his girlfriend? Why does he even have feelings about the girl when she purposely wanted to spend her night with somebody else? And Callum Turner is now going to choose to do something that she would not even do initially, where he's going to turn his back on Monica Barbaro's character to go with his girlfriend? No. And how it becomes the happy ending is, oh, he realizes once he confronts her, wait, why am I with you? When he should have realized immediately, like any logical person, when he first gets the call. So you can see me getting a little heated. The performative hopeless scene was not convincing, and that merits some criticism. But besides those 2 points, yeah, some jokes fell flat, but they were never like terrible. Good scenes, again, funny dynamics. I enjoyed the film. Very simple. If you're not into rom-coms and you're looking for like a really good movie, or maybe you only go to the theaters when it's a really must-see film, this is not it. Wait for it to come out on demand. But if you're bored one night or you want to go out with somebody and take them to a fun movie, I'd recommend this. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, and make sure to like and subscribe. Keep the popcorn warm.